Hey, so I just finished reading Democratic Confederalism by Abdullah Öcalan. This book is it's basically a pamphlet. It's only 38 pages long, and it could really do a lot better if it were longer. It doesn't exactly prove its point as well as it could if it were longer, and it spends too much time going over history. It is a very short book, and it should do more to prove the point that it is trying to prove. Basically, it is a proposal that democracy and confederacy will solve many problems in the Middle East. Now, of course, this book was published in 2018, which is several years after the Arab Spring, several years after democracy already failed in the Middle East. And there are biological reasons why democracy failed in the Middle East. Middle Easterners are raised in such a manner that their vigor is high. Remember, I read biohistory, and I am convinced of much of biohistory. It had a lot of science and a lot of logic to it. They are biologically incompatible with democracy. They are biologically compatible with dictatorship, actually. Now, the idea of installing confederacy in the Middle East is actually a good one. Confederacy is just a general good. It can be used pretty much anywhere, alongside pretty much any other kind of system. However, democracy, first off, democracy barely even works in the West. And secondly, it already failed in the Middle East. So proposing democracy in the Middle East is just not a good idea. Now, with that said, it is an interesting idea, but that's the best I can say about it. It is interesting. But it's not as interesting as some of the ideas that have come out of the Middle East under authoritarian structures. For example, the Green Book by Muammar Gaddafi. That is actually a wonderful book, a wonderful work of philosophy, political philosophy. And I do recommend people read that or listen to the audiobook. The audiobook, I believe, is still for free on YouTube. Baathism is another one. Both of these systems, Gaddafi's system and Baathism, are actually formed by combining Marxism with Islamism. So it is an interesting case study at the very least. But if you look at what Gaddafi did in Libya, and you honestly look at it, you don't just hear what biased Americans say about it. Because if you listen to what biased Americans say about it, they'll tell you Gaddafi was a madman, Gaddafi was a horrible dictator, horrible evil dictator, and all of this. But if you look at what he did, he actually accomplished his goals. He had essentially eliminated class in Libya, and he had actually improved the quality of life for pretty much everyone. And he also did engage in equality for women. He was a feminist, so he wasn't actually this evil, horrible guy. He just opposed the U.S., and for that, that's apparently an unforgivable sin or something. Anyway, an interesting read. You guys are actually seeing this the day after I read it, because I'm uploading this tomorrow, which will be today for you. Thank you for watching. Peace.